na tayong top areas na flood prone. Tama po, no? By province.
Yes po.
Baka po gusto nyo, i-break down nyo po yan by municipality or by city para pwede ho nating ma-allocate yung flood control base po talaga sa pangangailangan. Would you welcome that, Mr. Secretary?
Of course, Your Honor.
Okay. Kasi parang para po sa akin, hindi tama na merong flood control budget ang mga lugar na walang flooding.
Wow, that's more frustrating and that's more depressing, Mr. Chairman.
The
Because
only-
I myself, as a member of this institution, been asking for help with the department, and I never considered myself as an expert in flooding. I never considered myself as someone who knows what to do in addressing this problem. That's why we consult, we ask for experts. And now you're saying wala palang feasibility study itong mga projects na ito na bilyon-bilyong halaga na ginagastosan ng ating pamahalaan. Itong 4 na taon from 2023, 1.07 billion per day ang budget ng DPWH. 2024, 1.34 billion pesos a day ang budget ng DPWH. 2025 this year, 1.37 billion pesos budget a day. Siguro kung ibabalik yung death penalty, sana sila unahin.
And all these three companies na may blacklisted kayo have all the same addresses and the same owners. Bakit pinapayagan yun? Ganun. Blacklisted na eh.
Siguro yung blacklisting nila, Mr. Chair, is actually tapos na yung yung period of penalty. Because as I said, when you're blacklisted, you have only 1 year to be blacklisted. Then you can participate again.
Parang agrabyadong Pilipino doon.
Agabyado nga, Senator
Blacklisted
Tito.
na nga eh.
Chairman, ganito ang gawin mo. Your lawyers can advise you. Meron kaming tawag dyan. You have to pierce the bill of corporate fiction. Kahit ano pang gawin niya, siya pa rin yun eh. Kaya tagpasin mo siya. Multo ka na eh, huwag ka nang mabubuhay. Pag multo, multo lang. Ganun. Mr. Secretary, ito yung Toktokan Interceptor Phase 3. Ito yung manggagaling sa Talayan Floodgate to San Juan River. Ang problema, yung Phase 1 at saka Phase 2, tapos na eh. Hindi kailanman magkakaroon ng kabuluhan itong Phase 1 and Phase 2 hanggang hindi mo nakukomplete yung Phase 3. Ang Phase 3 is about 300 million. So wala. Kahit nakumpleto mo yung Phase 1 and Phase 2, walang mangyayari sapagkat wala yung Phase 3. Bakit ganito yung... Kaya hindi talaga mariresolve ang problema mo, Senator JB, hanggang hindi nakukomplete yung Phase 3. Bakit hindi po niyo pagtunan ng pansin? Ito pa, Mr. Secretary, meron kayong interceptor project dito sa Antipolo, na kung saan doon ako nakatira sa village namin. Kapag ka yung ulan talaga pa, naging 30 minutes to 1 hour, tuloy-tuloy. Nako, hindi na ako makakalabas ng village, Mr. Secretary. Ganito yung ginawa ninyo eh. Yung project involves the interconnection of water tributaries in La Colina and Mayamot areas in the city of Antipolo. Kinukolekta yan para lamang padaanin do sa Munting Dilaw, traversing creeks in 24 villages in Cainta, Imelda Avenue, tsaka Marcos Highway. Anong klaseng, hindi ko maintindihan ang logic nitong interceptor na ito. Yun pong MacArthur Highway, malapit lang sa Marikina River. Isang medyo malaki-laking ano tawag doon? Malaki-laking pipes ang ilagay nyo para lahat ng ulan na yon madrain natin sa Marikina River. It's only about 1 kilometer. Bakit kinakailangan lubugin na kami ng lubugin 24 villages in Cainta? Nang dahil sa interceptor project na ito ng DPWH. Ganito po lahat ang nangyayari. Mamaya na po yung sa akin, Senator Bam.
Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Secretary, commercial muna. We had a hearing po sa classroom building. I'm sure na-monitor po ninyo. Hiningi po namin sa DPWH ang detailed unit price analysis, detailed breakdown of costs, bill of materials, standards and specifications, and the MOA between DPWH and DepEd regarding classroom construction, terms of reference, and other related DepEd and DPWH orders. Si Yusek Ayapana po yung nag-attend. May we get your commitment to submit all of these documents before our TWG, Mr. Secretary?
Yes, Your Honor. I think I have signed actually the transmittal of that document yesterday, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Ito po yung mga tanong ko. So, magkano po sa ating NEP ang flood control po for 2026?
I think it's about 243
243.
billion.
Okay. Itong 243 billion for 2026, Mr. Secretary, ito ba ay nakalapat dun sa mga areas na pinaka-flood prone? Or may makikita pa rin tayo mga proyekto na wala sa mga top areas?
That amount is distributed all over the country in its legislative district. I
Okay.
am afraid, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Secretary, ibig sabihin, whether yung lugar ay flood-prone o hindi, meron silang pang-flood control project.
That's probably the...
Is that a wise assessment, Mr. President, considering that there are some provinces na di hamak mas flood-prone kaysa sa iba?
Well, what I can only say, Your Honor, is actually these are actually the local priority projects that have been proposed per legislative district.
Okay. So you're saying, Mr. President, ito yung request ng mga kongresista, no? At mga maybe mayors and governors as well, or just congressmen?
Mostly, well, I don't know how the considerations from the local governments, but as far as I know, these are actually the projects that are incorporated in the allocation for each legislative district.
Okay. Hindi kaya, Mr. President, Mr. Secretary, since nandito na rin po tayo, yung presidente na po mismo ang nagtawag ng investigasyon at nag-audit po tayo, hindi ho ba, we have time, we actually have a few months left, hindi ho ba mas magandang i-reallocate natin itong 243 billion base sa pinaka-flood-prone areas? Parang doon na rin naman tayo papunta, no? Mr. Chairman, di ba? Doon na rin tayo papunta. Hindi ho ba, may oras pa naman na baguhin ito at i-allocate natin siya sa mga lugar na pinaka-flood-prone. Do you welcome that, Mr. Secretary?
Well, yes, Your Honor, if that would be the consensus of...
Okay. Ang hihingin siguro natin,
Congress,
Mr. Secretary, meron na tayong top areas na flood-prone. Tama po, no? By province.
Yes po.
Baka po gusto nyo, i-break down nyo po yan by municipality or by city para pwede ho nating ma-allocate yung flood control base po talaga sa pangangailangan. Would you welcome that, Mr.
Yeah,
Secretary?
of course, Your Honor.
Okay. Kasi parang para po sa akin, hindi tama na merong flood control budget ang mga lugar na walang flooding. Di ho ba, no? So I think that's something we can work on. The DBM Secretary is here. Maybe as one of the output, marami pong output itong investigation natin, but maybe one of the output could be a flood control budget na talagang ina-address yung flood control. Kasi sabi nga po, may mga lugar, maliit ang nakukuha, sila naman po yung pinaka-flooded. At may mga lugar, nakakakuha ng funding, wala naman silang flooding. Di ho ba, no? Okay, first. So we would welcome that. Maybe po, as part of this investigation, you can come up with sa tingin ninyo, ano ba dapat ang tamang flood control budget sa ating budget? No? Kasi ang sinasabi po nyo, request kasi ito wala kami magawa. No? But the NEP, if I'm not mistaken, comes from the executive, right? And the executive, the chief executive himself is calling for an investigation and an audit. Post-audit, baka pwede po kayo mag-submit. Ito dapat ang flood control sa Pilipinas. We would welcome that, Mr. Secretary.
Your Honor.
Alright. Pangalawa, so meron na po tayong, sabihin na po nating mas responsive na flood control budget. Para po kasi sa akin, mahirap tanggapin. Unang-una, maraming salamat at inamin po ninyo na may ghost project. No? That in itself is already a huge admission. Pero itong ghost project po, palagay ko napakaraming tao ang kailangan magbulag-bulagan para magkaroon ng ghost project na ganito po kalaki. No? Kasi billion-billion po ito. It is a billion peso project at hindi naman po ito nabubuo in 1 month. Gaano po katagal usually yung mga flood control project? Ilang buwan po yan o ilang taon po yan bago po mabuo?
Well, Your Honor, we any project for that matter that is included into the National Expenditure Program, we have 2 years actually to
2
implement.
years.
Yes.
So kung may ghost project po kasi, ibig sabihin nun, 2 taon na nagbulag-bulagan po yung mga kasama ho natin. Ano? Kasi it's quite surprising for me. No? Nakikita ho namin sa news na may mga underspec o kulang yung, ano ba tawag doon? Sheet pile ba yun? Kulang ng haba. You know, naintindihan ko yun na pwedeng itago. Pero pag ghost ko kasi at wala talagang ginawa, ilang tao yung kasama ho dyan para magkaroon ng ghost project na 2 taon nang nakalipas, doon lang ho natin malalaman. How many people? Is that the whole district? Is that sa head office, sa COA? Sa tingin po ninyo, sino-sino po yung mga dapat po nag-check po niyan? Pwede nyo pong banggitin? Who are the personnel who have to be involved? Kasi billion-billion po ito, tapos walang nagawa. No? Parang, for me, no? Ibig sabihin, no, napakaraming tao yung kailangan talaga magbulag-bulagan para dito. Mr. Secretary.
Well, it all starts actually doon po sa project implementing unit. At whoever is implementing the project, Your Honor, from the supervisor, the project engineer, accountant, and everybody, including the final payment.
Lahat po yan. Kailangan, kung ghost to, meaning wala talagang nagawa.
Tama naman. Kasi actually, at the final analysis, actually, may pipirma ho kung sino yung pipirma, accountable for pipirma kung sino na na nabayaran yung project na ghost project.
Tingin niyo po, Mr.
Marami.
Secretary, 5 tao yan? 10 tao yan? Isang buong unit ba yan? How many people need to be involved para matuloy ang isang ghost project po na ganito kalaking pera at ganito kahabang panahon ng paggawa?
Well, I'm sure that many people actually will be involved in the process, Your Honor. And this is what we want to intend actually to find out in our investigations right now.
Okay. So Secretary, Mr. Secretary, I'm sure the committee will welcome your report. Sabi niyo po, in 1 week's time, meron na po tayong report kung ghost ba ito or may shortcut po ba yung mga proyektong ito. But nakakabahala po na kung may ghost project nga, at sabi nga niyo po, tingin niyo po, meron, ay napakarami po taong involved po talaga dyan, no? Mula po sa ahensya at sa labas ng ahensya. No, okay. Maybe a final question.
Mr. Chair, Senator,
yes.
just on your
Yes,
point,
go ahead,
may
sir.
I? But may I also ask permission for Secretary Mina? I think they started the deliberation in the House yesterday, and she has tons of meetings today. If there are no questions for her, Mr. Chairman, I hope you will allow her to leave already.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah, my-
Provided you will come back. Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, thank you. With your permission, Senator Bam, Mr. Chairman, just one point on that. Sec, when we discussed yung tulay na bumaksak, wala masyadong nag-pick up siguro dahil kasagsagan ng eleksyon, maraming issues, but the Blue Ribbon Committee did have several hearings. I asked you two things, no? Bakit mukhang exempted ang DPWH sa preventive suspension? Alam niyo po, si Senator Miriam Defensor, nilabanan niya yun dito because she was preventively suspended. Then she became senator. But ang argument niya is that I cannot cover kasi wala na ako dun sa opisina na yon. But I heard kanina na walang na preventive suspension. So in connection sa tanong ni Senator Bang, kung meron nagtatakip sa ghost, wala pa tayo dun sa iba, sa ghost, pero hindi siya preventively suspended, then he or she will have time. Second point lang, and I'll stop there because nakapila naman yung iba. Ito, Sec, sinubmit nyo sa amin DPWH protocols for ensuring the quality of safety infrastructure projects. According sa makapal na memo na to, from the central office all the way down to the DE, meron na silang quality control. So, my point, Sec, no, I don't know kung mahaba o maikli yung answer dito. Pero if you find the ghost, yung point nga ni Senator Bram, grabe yung dami ng taong nakisama doon. But having said that, Sec, nakalagay dito sa memo nyo that the quality control should be submitted all the way up to the USEC. So lahat ng completed, meron ng report ang USEC. So maybe you should submit yung report ng USEC galing sa quality control. Kasi kung nakalagay doon completed tapos ghost, edi lahat ng nag-report hanggang doon sa USEC. I'm not saying involved yung USEC. Kasi nire-report lang sa kanila. Pero lahat ng bumaba, involved sila. Kasi bakit sila magre-report na completed kung wala? So I just submit that point, Mr. Chair, no? And maybe the Secretary can give us an insight. Paano ba nagwo-work to?
Tama pa yan. I think, yes, we have instituted actually that a protocol, Your Honor, that from the top, there are quality assurance units that the department would field in looking at some of the projects. Not all the projects, Your Honor, because there are thousands of projects that we implement in a year. So there is, yung quality assurance units namin would go into a region and
So, assuming, Sec, na hindi lahat may quality assurance, pero reporting-wise, lahat ng completed, umaakit yan, di ba?
Yes po, yes.
Oh, so, until what point ang kailangan may physical na na-verify? So, if the DE reports that it's finished, it's a district engineer project, or the regional office says kompleto to, pag nag-report siya sa ASEC, titignan ba ng ASEC yun, or he'll take the regional directors? I think yun yung gusto namin maklarify para alam namin kung sino ipatatawag namin.
Yes. Meron po yung quality assurance unit in all levels, Your Honor. Meron sa district office, meron din sa regional office, and meron din sa national level, Your Honor. So the national level will not be able to cover everything. So we just the quality assurance units. If the project is being implemented by the district, then the quality assurance unit of the district will be the one to make the report. If it is going to be implemented by
but
the region.
Presidente na nagsabi at kayo na nagsabing mukhang may ghost.
Opo.
But it's been 3 weeks since the SONA.
Yes, po.
All you have to do naman is tell them nasan yung report na tapos kunan nyo ng picture.
Yes, po.
Hindi ba nung years ago, because nangyari na to, may requirement na kayo na 0%, 50%, 100% kinukunan yon?
Yes po.
Tinanggal nyo ba yung requirement na yon?
I don't know kung I think
Pakicheck nyo yun. Kasi
Yes, po.
nung nagka-cellphone, Mr. Chairman, maraming nagsuggest na nun. na instead na habol pa tayo ng habol, bago ma-start yung project, kasi may mga project sec, di ba, na gawa na or 10 years nandun, sasabihin new, tapos gawa na pala yung pundasyon, di ba? So, kinukunan yung 0%.
Yes. Yeah.
And then, pag 50% na, at what point pwede ka maningil ng progress billing? 25%? 50%? Di ba may mobilization? Ano yung susunod na pwede kang
After
humingin?
15, yeah.
After?
20%.
Oh, hindi naman pwedeng walang documentation yung 20% na yun, di ba?
Yeah, meron po.
Oh, so kasi pagka ghost ni 20% wala.
Yeah.
So dapat may picture man lang 'yon. So I'm just pointing out, Mr. Chairman, I'll stop there, na may paper trail at meron technology to deal with that. So kung tinanggal 'yon, di alam na natin na may binabalak.
Thank you, Senator Cayetano. Mr. Secretary, meron po bang na-insert na flood control na hindi ginawa?
Yun hindi po namin napupuntahan, Your Honor. I think.
Oh, I'm very interested to know kasi kunyari po may nag-insertion tulay. Pumunta ang DPWH, wala namang ilog. Hindi nyo naman gagawin eh, 'di ba? Gagawa ba kayo ng tulay na walang ilog? Syempre hindi. 'Di ba? So I'm wondering, meron bang insertion ng flood control tapos na-check niyo, wala namang flooding dito eh. Ba't tayo gagawa ng flood control? Wala namang problema. Baka lang po meron, Mr. Secretary. You can check also your figures.
Your
No?
Honor, we will check also.
Okay, last question. I think we have an opportunity, Mr. Secretary, to really work on the 2026 budget. Na itong flood control, sipin nyo, nabanggit pa siya sa SONA, di ba? Naging highlight siya ng SONA ng presidente. We have an opportunity to do a better job. Of course, magkaka-investigation, nais natin malaman sino yung mga involved. But we have an opportunity na gawin ng tama for 2026. Pagdating po sa flooding, yung mga lugar na may flooding talaga, sinong ahensya ba talaga yung may kaalaman po dyan? Is it DENR? Is it DPWH? DILG po ba yan? I would guess meron po kayong expertise kung saan talaga yung totoong flooding sa Pilipinas. Tama po ba?
We have some data on it, Your Honor, but I think DNR would have the complete, comprehensive
Well,
program.
Opo, I don't think DENR is with us today, but si Namria nandito. Alam niyo yan, di ba? Sa Namria, no? Baka po maganda, Mr. Secretary, habang hindi pa naman tapos yung oras, hanggang December pa naman yung budget, makapag-usap kayo ni DBM, makapag-usap kayo ng DENR, at magsabit tayo yung talagang totoong flood control. Yung mapagmamalaki natin, hindi natin ikahihiya. Di ba sabi ni Presidente, mahiya naman kayo. Hindi natin kahihiya itong budget na ito, nakafocus sa mga lugar na madalas may flooding, gaya po ng Central Luzon, Pampanga, Bulacan, at marami pang lugar. And then, baguhin natin bago matapos ang proseso. At marami pa naman po yung oras, no? Let's work on a budget that will really address our flood control. Kung may mga lugar kailangan ng mas malaking pondo, why not? Di po ba? Tapos kung may mga lugar na wala naman pong flooding, huwag na natin bigyan ng flood control. Baka iba po yung kailangan nilang infrastructure, di ba? Let's work on that, Mr. Secretary. And I know that you'll be presenting the budget here first week of September. Hindi ko po alam kung mahahabol siya noon, pero, or DBM will be presenting it first week of September. Baka naman po mahabol natin yung talagang flood control budget na talagang swak talaga sa pangangailangan ng tao. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Salamat.
Thank you, Senator Bam. Before I call on the majority leader, Mr. Secretary, you promised earlier that your office will be conducting investigation to establish the initial observations of the President as well as the initial concerns expressed by this committee. I will suggest that you should involve this committee in your investigation. We will be happy to deputize a staff from the Blue Ribbon in undertaking the investigation. Ganito lang kasimple. Halimbawa, yun po binisita ng ating Pangulo sa Kalumpit. Nakita niya yung embankment kagad. Yung tingin pa lamang niya talagang lusaw na yung embankment kasi wala namang slope kasi. Nagkalasog-lasog na pati yung apron. Walang apron kasi nagkahiwa-hiwala yung mga seat pile. Ang contractor dito is St. Timothy. Yung dating director ninyo, district engineer, Henry Alcantara, was suddenly transferred as assistant regional director sa Region 4A. Kailangan siguro magkaroon tayo ng explanation bakit mabilisan siyang inalis. Ano po? Tapos, siguro, dito sa mga ghost na ito, mahirapan kayo talaga dahil multo ito eh. Mahirap hanapin ang multo, Mr. Secretary. Siguro, isa sa mga sasuggest namin, itong mga contractors na multo ang kanilang mga projects, mag-umpisa sila sa sementeryo. Ito na lang ang paggawa mo sa kanila, perfect yun kasi multo lahat naman ang kanilang projects. Majority Leader?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary, magandang hapon po. Let me start by commenting right away dun sa tinanong kanina ni Senator JV. Secretary.
Majority Leader, we need to wind up at about
Yes,
2:15.
Yes, I will be brief, Mr. Chairman, because unfortunately, Mr. Chairman, this has been my third year hearing here in the Senate. And I have yet to hear a new thing from the department, even from this August chamber. Kaya ho, talagang nagsasawa na po ako. For example, Mr. Chairman, if I may just show this video clip. Can we just show this video clip, please?
Kayo rin yung nagsabi, we might be able to start this year. And that was last year, Mr. Secretary. Now it's still in the feasibility stage, although parang nasa latter part na po. Tama po ba yun? So siguro tatanungin ko po ulit yung the same question I asked last year. Kailan ho kaya ito posible na mag-start po, Secretary? Yung totoo pong start. Kailangan ko po bang define yung start? O, siguro alam natin yung
The
start.
detail engineering design, I understand, and the timeline, Your Honor, will take another year because this is a big project.
Yes, another year. So,
Another year.
2025.
2028.
Actual construction, mga
2027.
2027 na yung actual construction.
Civil works po.
Kasi kayo, Secretary, last year, we will probably start next year.
The Central Luzon Pampanga River Floodway and San Antonio River, San Antonio Swamp Ring Dike, Your Honor. This will be the major project that will actually we think will be able to contribute significantly to address the flooding problems in Bulacan and Pampanga. So you have the timeline here when we will start? By next year pa siguro, we are hoping that we can start this project. This will be the major project in Central Luzon po.
Mr. Chairman, yung video pong pinakita was last year, at dun sa video na pinakita ulit, that was last year. And then ngayon, ini-excite na naman tayo na may mangyayari na. First question is this really an integrated master plan, Secretary? I mean, siguro you can feel my emotions here, Mr. Secretary, if this is the third year na pinag-uusapan natin to, yung frustration po natin. And unfortunately, yung mga contractor, some politicians, they're also using this against me. Daming nagkalat na fake news, daming nagkalat na manufactured news na ako daw yung involved dito. For the past 3 years, inuupakan ko rito, lahat ng senador dito nagsasalita na. And yet, ngayon sa akin ho binabalik. Kaya itong mga contractors na to, at itong mga to, iisa-isahin ko po ito in this hearing. Iisa-isahin ko po. And I swear to God, iisa-isahin ko po ito dahil nakakainit po ng ulo. Secretary, siguro yun lang yung tanong ko. 2 years ago, sabi nyo next year, and then last year, this year, and then this time, parang 2027. Ano na po yung talagang status nito? At ito ba talagang, as you mentioned 2 years ago, this will be a major breakthrough that will address the problem of flooding in Central Luzon, especially in the province of Bulacan and Pampanga?
Your Honor, yes, the preparation for this project is already under ADB Loan 4424. It's actually the Preparation Innovation Facility. This is now for the preparation of the project from feasibility study to detailed engineering design, Your Honor. So the detailed engineering design will be completed by the 2026, the entire stretch.
2026 construction might, or are you sure it will start by 2027?
Yes,
And
sir.
this is, again, you stand by your word, major program that will address flooding in Central Luzon.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Thank you, Secretary. Now, how does the feasibility study works? I remember, Mr. Chairman, first term ko po dito sa Senado, 2016, I already mentioned this problem of flooding in the town, for example, of Hagonoy. And the DPWH told me that they cannot do it because they have to have feasibility study, etc. In fact, I funded the feasibility study. Nandito pa si RD Tolentino, if I recall. The name of the guy is Gatan, if I'm not mistaken. I met with him several times. Pinondohan po yung feasibility study. Sabi, hindi pwedeng gawin ng 1 year. Kailangan 2 years. After 2 years, nagawa yung feasibility study, Mr. Chairman, hindi rin po in-implement. So, how does this feasibility study works, Mr. Chairman? Secretary, lahat po yung binanggit ni Presidente na 15 contractors at yung mga nakatakot-takot na proyekto, I'm sure, dahil sasama din ang loob ko pag sinabing walang feasibility study, lahat po yun may feasibility study. Is that correct, Your Honor?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I don't think so. many of these projects that have been implemented over the years did not have any feasibility study. It's just a priority projects that have been included into the
Wow,
program.
that's more frustrating and that's more depressing, Mr. Chairman.
The
Because
only-
I myself, as a member of this institution, been asking for help with the department, and I never considered myself as an expert in flooding. I never considered myself as someone who knows what to do in addressing this problem. And that's why we consult, we ask for experts. And now you're saying wala palang feasibility study, itong mga projects na ito na bilyon-bilyong halaga na ginagastusan ng ating pamahalaan. Itong 4 na taon from 2023, 1.07 billion per day ang budget ng DPWH. 2024, 1.34 billion pesos a day ang budget ng DPWH. 2025 this year, 1.37 billion pesos budget a day. Again, DPWH. And now in the coming 2026 NEP, 1.08 billion pesos budget a day. And then you're gonna say, Mr. Secretary, wala pong feasibility study and wag kayong magulat kung ghost project yung makukuha natin dito. Is that correct, Your Honor?
As I pointed out, Mr. Chair, yung may mga feasibility studies are these big projects that in the major river basins, Your Honor. But for local projects that would cost, let's say, 50 million, 100 million, the only thing that we require is actually yung project impact analysis, Your Honor.
Sige po,
Project
Secretary.
impact analysis.
I will wind up na doon and siguro next time pag-usapan ho natin yung feasibility study. Let's go one by one. Nandito po ba, Mr. Chairman, yung MG Samidan construction? Oo. Gusto lang natin malaman, Mr. Chairman, yung vetting process ng DPWH tungkol dito. No? Kasi itong MG Samidan, several contracts nila have identical prices. Example, 96.5 million. We wanted to find out, were these projects subjected to a detailed cost analysis, Mr. Secretary, to ensure yung price, a fair pricing nito? Kasi ho, tinignan ko po itong records, ito pong MG Samidan has 7 projects peg at the same contract price. 96.5 million, lahat ng projects, same. And this is located in different provinces. Abra, Benguet, and Mountain Province. Hindi ho ba red flag na po ito, Secretary?
Well, we'll soon find out actually, Mr. Chair, but I think for that purpose, I'm sorry. I think ang kwan po nito, if it's the same type of project that is being implemented in several areas, they might. It's likely that they could have actually similar budgetary or the project cost could be.
I will leave it at that. I'm sure may ginagawa ho kayong report. We'll look into this. I will be looking into this. Mr. Secretary, dito rin po, MG Samidan, yung competitive bidding nila, no? Sabi ho ng COA has previously flagged the Abra DEO in its 2023 annual audit. I'm sure we have representatives of COA here. Nakalagay po dun sa report nila, no public bidding was conducted by the agency for the procurement of its goods due to splitting of its procurement into different portions, dates, as a result of insufficient planning and poor implementation of programs and activities. This is 2023, Secretary. Finlag na po ng COA, 2023. 2025 na po ngayon. And gusto lang natin malaman, ano yung justification, bakit na-bypass yung competitive bidding?
Your Honor, I promise that I will look into this. Actually, kasi this is my first time actually to learn about
Thank you,
this.
Secretary. And just to expedite the process, at alam ko marami ho tayong gagawin, busy ho tayo, maraming mga senators who wanted to ask. Puntahan ko naman yung legacy construction. I don't know if legacy construction is here. Sabi po nung Government Procurement Policy Board, ang rating po sa kanila ay poor and unsatisfactory. Yung performance po nila dun sa summary report, doon sa legacy construction. Pero sila po ang among top 10 contractors. Now in 2022-2025, it is not just one of the top, Mr. Chairman, but the number 1 contractor despite having projects that were poor and unsatisfactory. So, why is this contractor being favored? Hindi ko ba kasama itong comment ng GPPB, ng Government Procurement Policy Board, that if you look at their summary performance report, ang description ay poor and unsatisfactory. Mr. Secretary.
We'll try to find out what year was this company rated for, Your Honor, because I know-
2022 po, Mr. Chair.
2022.
2022 to 25,
2022.
yes.
The process of this, Mr. Chair, as I learned, is actually that you have if you're rated poor and if you have not corrected actually the project that has been rated 4 within a certain period of time, then you have to be blacklisted. But if you were able actually to correct actually what the deficiency of the project that was rated 4, and then I think that would erase actually your mark.
Siguro, Mr. Secretary, if that is the case na correct, perhaps yung GPPB sa kanilang website, masabi din na nakakorek,
Dapat,
di ba? Kasi kung hindi, mag-iisip po talaga yung taong bayan. Now that the President wanted us to be engaged and the public to be engaged. Secretary, last question ko na, Mr. Chairman. Ayokong magpaligoy-ligoy pa, and kanina binabanggit po natin yung mga black operations against those who are fighting for what is right in this particular case. This is a flood control program, and I have shown you I still have a lot of video clips here since 3 years ago that we started looking into this problem in the flood control program, especially in my beloved province. Gusto ko kayong categorically tanungin kasi hindi na ho ako mahihiya, Secretary Bonoan, nandito po ang RD ng Region 3, RD Tolentino. Categorically, may I ask if there was one time in my life, not even when I was a congressman, ito na lang naging senador po ako, naglabi po ba ako sa inyo ng kahit na ano o kahit isang flood control project, contractor, etc. in my public service career? Meron po ba na nilapit? Meron po ba na nagsabi ako sa inyo, ito dapat ang gawin at ako'y eksperto? Pwede niyo po bang sabihin lang, just for the record?
Well, for the record, Your Honor, I don't recall anything that came from you to propose any flood control project.
RD Tolentino, just to put on record.
Yeah, same as Secretary said.
Thank you. And I just want to put this on record. Ever since we have met and we talk about flood control programs, I always ask you, Secretary, I always ask you, RD, what do we do? How can we help? And these contractors na nakita ko, in fact, mali-mali pa nga yung numero ko pala noong mga nakaraang panahon. Itong mga contractors na nasa Bulacan lahat, ni isa ho dito, wala akong kilala dito eh. Nagulat po ako dun sa lumabas na total number or figures na hawak nilang proyekto. And ngayon, may possibility pa na may ghost projects. I hope that siguro kung ibabalik yung death penalty, sana sila unahin na Senator Bato. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Secretary. and
Mr. Chairman,
to
can I
his
have a
family.
Thank you,
quick, very
Senator
brief interjection?
Joel.
Just a very brief interjection.
Okay.
In reaction to Senator Joel, I'd also like to add that during my time also, I would also like to make the same statement, Secretary, that Senator Joel never approached me for anything like that. So I just like that, to add that to the record, that even when I was DPWH Secretary, that applies.
Thank you, Senator Mark, Secretary Mark. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Mr. Secretary, kanina sinabi ko this committee is willing to cooperate with your investigation. We're even willing to deputize a staff from this committee para lang makatulong dun sa paggawa ninyo ng investigasyon. Isang makatotohanang investigasyon. Kasi ang idea po namin, Mr. Secretary, we can even make a random testing. Halimbawa, kami pahiramin nyo lang kami ng backhoe. Our staff will pinpoint exactly what portion of that embankment, for example, or that slope protection structure. Konti lang naman eh. Babakbakin niya lang. Lilitaw at lilitaw talaga. Yung 6 meters na standard talaga. Para ko nang nakita. Minsan alternate. May 6 dito, tapos susunod 3, o kaya 2, and then 6, and so on. O lahat kaya, baka 3 meters lang. Madali po yun. May establish nating lahat. So we will pinpoint particular portion of that structure random. Are you committed?
Yeah, that will be most welcome, Your Honor.
Salamat po, pero
We can
wala po
jointly
kami
do.
pambayad ng backhoe. Kayo na po makipag-coordinate sa opisina nyo, pahiramin nyo lang kami. May staff po kami, at kung kailangan po, kahit ako po ay sasama sa mga ilang sites po natin, para lang mapatunayan natin talaga.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair?
Mr. Secretary, kanina po sinabi natin, one of the observations of the President, doon sa 15 contractor, nag-identify sila ng 5 na halos lahat ng region ay kanilang na-operate. Ibig sabihin, may project sila in almost all regions. So, may 18 regions po yata tayo, kung di ako nagkakamali, Mr. Secretary. So, palagay nyo na lang, lahat ng 5 ito, Legacy, Alpha and Omega, St. Timothy, EGB, Road Edge, palagay mo, they operated in 15 regions na lang. Kasi almost, sabi nung observation ng President. Ang isa po kasing project, Mr. Secretary, kailangan may dedicated na equipment, may dedicated na technical personnel. I am correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Palagay nyo sa isang
Yeah.
common na project, ilan ang dedicated na technical personnel per project?
Well, you have to designate your project engineer, your equipment operator.
Yung essential lang, yung essential. 5? What?
Yeah. Mga 7 siguro, Your Honor.
So, 7. Okay. Sa equipment, anong threshold natin?
The basic equipment, what is required, Your Honor, kung kailangan yung
Tell us.
bako,
Mga ilan? 3? 5?
for flood control projects, at kailangan mo ng bako, kailangan mo ng ano pa ba yung ano ba? Vibro hammer, siguro 4 na mga malaking equipment.
Yung
Your Honor.
pipe driver mo, importante yun, di ba?
Yeah, yun ang
Siya yung
vibrohammer.
magbabaon ng mga...
Yung sinabi ko, vibro hammer. Your
okay,
Honor.
okay. Meron pang modern ngayon eh, di ba? Hydraulic yun eh.
Yeah, no, vibro
Ngayon,
hammer.
kaya ko po tinatanong, hindi po ninyo magagamit yung 7 personnel na yon sapagkat dedicated na sa unang... Ano yan? Sa Region 1, meron ka.
Yes, Your Honor.
Para maikalat mo ang sarili mo in 15 regions, so 7 ang kailangan technical personnel, 7 times 15. Ilan po yun, Mr. Secretary?
55, Your Honor.
Ilan po?
55, Your Honor.
So, kailangan meron siyang...
Sorry, 85, Your Honor.
Kailangan meron siyang 85 na technical personnel. Tama po? Para lang maikalat niya yung sarili.
Tama, Your Honor.
So, kinakailangan marami kang bako, marami kang file driving. Ang nangyayari po kasi, hindi totoo eh. Nagre-renta lang sila ng lisensya, pinahihiram ang lisensya, babayaran lang ng royalty. Ganito po yung nangyayari. They are flagrantly violating the IRR of 9184 na dedicated equipment, dedicated technical personnel per project. Hindi mo mai-assign sa ibang project. Hindi po nangyayari ito. It's impossible. It's impossible. Nakukuha siya ng 85 technical person, hindi totoo yun. Hindi totoo. Kaya po nangyayari, na ikalat niya yung sarili niya. This is impossible. Kailangan po matutukan natin and we will get to the bottom of this, sabi natin kanina. At kung kinakailangan, sisirin namin ito ng minority leader, Senator Tito Sen. Ay, nagdoble pala. Tito Sen. Gagawin po natin ito, Mr. Secretary. Kailan po kayo mag-uumpisa nung investigation para po yung aming deputized staff, siguro mga 3 po yung siguro, ay palilista namin ang pangalan sa inyo.
Actually, Your Honor, we have started, but we would welcome actually the members from the committee who can join us actually in...
Yes, Mr. Secretary, we promise you that we will give you the names
Yes, Your
deputized by this committee to assist you in your investigation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And we promise also to go beyond the 15 contractors kasi base sa feedback po nakukuha namin, kailangan din po ninyong makita itong mga contractors awarded na no less than 1 billion. 1 billion above, meron din po. Katulad po ng 11-16 Construction, Northern Builders, Third Star Builders, Juros Development Corporation, RA Pahati Construction and Supply, Ulticon Builders, AL Salazar Construction Inc., AC Soliben Construction, Santo Cristo Builders. Kailangan po niyong busisiin din ito. Nandito rin po ang maraming multo, Mr. Secretary. Yung pong nakakapagbigay ng mas malaking concern para lang maano natin ang baha dito. Meron po akong nakitang isang dokumento na spillway project. Ito po yung, dahil po yung Laguna, di ba, ay mas mataas yata ng 4 na metro kung ikukumpara sa level ng Manila Bay. Tama po ba yun? So maggagawa po tayo ng spillway
Yes,
para
Your
sa
Honor.
ganun po maibsan natin ang lumalaking baha dito sa parte ng Calabarzon.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pero ang ginawa po ninyo ay kumuha kayo ng funding sa JICA, 150 billion pesos. Alam naman po natin, pagka JICA, Japanese government, at ang gagawa po niyan, sila rin po. Wala namang makikinabang na local contractors. Pero hindi po nyo nakita na tayo kaya natin gawin at 30 billion pesos. Siguro po, sasabihin nyo, mas okay naman ang technology ng Japan. O, okay lang po yun. Mas superior, sasabihin nyo. Ngunit, babayaran po natin yung 150 billion. Hindi po grant ito loan Pero kung titingnan po nyo, 30 billion pesos lang as compared to 150 billion. Consider po din natin ito, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, Your Honor. If somebody could do it actually at that price, that would be must welcome, Your Honor. But, Ang kwan po dito kasi, the spillway project that we are contemplating to implement there is a very complicated project, Your Honor. We have to do underground tunnel. We have 50 meters down. You have to may pumps that will rise, that will pump out.
Alam po natin yun. Pag may pumunta sa inyong contractor, siyempre, ipakikita niya ang capability niya.
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Hindi naman pumunta lang, kaya kong gawin yan i-entertain nyo na yun.
Opo.
Pero kung makita natin na meron siyang kapasidad at 30 billion pesos, I suppose, i-entertain din natin yung ganun.
Yes, Your Honor. I think
Kanina po, sinabi ko sa inyo yung ilang mga construction companies beyond the 15 lists of the President.
yes.
Kasi po, kamukha nitong 11 to 16 construction at saka yung third star builders. Saan sila nakakakuha ng project? Ito po, DPWH Bulacan 1st District Office, DPWH Bulacan 3rd District Office, DPWH Tarlac 1st District Office, DPWH Tarlac 2nd District. Nakakakuha siya sa NIA. Northern Builders, DPWH Tarlac 1st District, DPWH Tarlac 2nd District, DPWH Region 4A, and Region 4A Regional Office, and other districts. AC Sullivan Construction, DPWH Tarlac 1st District, at saka 2nd District. Santo Cristo Builders, DPWH Pampanga 1st District, Tarlac 2nd District, Zambales 1st District. AL Salazar Construction, DPWH Bulacan 1st District, DPWH Region 4 District Office, DPWH NCR District Office, RA Pahati, DPWH NCR District Office, DPWH Region 4A, DPWH Nueva Ecija District Offices. So, paki-nota nyo lang.
Yes, Your Honor.
At pagtutulong-tulungan po natin hukayin lahat ito, kahit multo sila, palagay ko may butong matitira para sa ganun sa susunod po nating pagdinig ay makita natin po talaga kung gaano ang nawawala sa ating gobyerno. Hindi lamang po yun. Kung gaano ang dapat pa nating gawin. Para sa ganun, ito pong pinaka-importanting usapin na ito ay maumpisan lang nating ayusin. Hindi po natin, we have no pretensions, Mr. Secretary, that this is very easy. Ngunit sa kagaya po ng sinabi namin kanina, kung lahat po makikipagtulungan, lalong-lalo na po, yung lahat ng gustong magsabi ng totoo, at sa tulong po ng lahat ng mga kawani ng DPWH na magsasabi rin ng totoo, maayos po natin ito. Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Picking up from the issue that you brought out about equipment, paano po nagka-qualify itong mga construction company na to, Secretary Bonoan? Like, kung I'll just point a finger in one of the top 15 na we found out from the SEC that the MG Samidan Construction, which is included in the top 15 ni Presidente, paid up capital is only 250,000. But they were able to bag 5.02 billion flood control projects. Paano po nilang nagawa yon kung ganun lang ang paid up capital nila at ganun lang ang kapasidad nila? Paano pinapayagan ninyo? Paano nakaka-qualify sa inyo?
Mr. Chairman, Your Honor, I think the paid-up capital is actually the paid-up capital for the company. The basis for us to evaluate whether he's qualified is actually on his net financial contracting capacity, and this is actually to be this is submitted by audited and submitted by the Bureau of yung financial statement by the BIR.
So that is not the basis.
Opo.
Basta kahit na mahinang paid up capital, maliit na kumpanya to, pagka nakalusot sa
BIR.
BIR.
Pick-up. For one thing, he has to have a license, contracting license, Your Honor, issued by the Philippine Contractors Accreditation Board. Now, and then, if he wants to participate in a particular project, he has to show that he has the equipment and technical capability to do it.
How
And then yung financial-
how do they do that? How
They have
do
to
they show
present-
you?
They have to present actually which equipment that they will assign to the project, either owned or leased.
All right. Now, when a company or a construction company like that is, let's say, blacklisted, once a company is blacklisted, what happens?
Once a company is blacklisted, he cannot participate in any government infrastructure project for 1 year, Your Honor, from the time he is blacklisted.
What about if they put up another company?
Well, there's another process for that, Your Honor, actually. So it's the company.
So pinapayagan nyo na.
the company will evaluate it on the process, on the company itself, Your Honor.
You see, Mr. Chairman, I'm particularly asking about St. Gerard Construction, no? Owned by the Discayas. They were blacklisted. But they, again, afterwards, put up Alpha and Omega. Nasa top 5 ninyo. Sa billion-billion na flood control. Then they put up St. Timothy. Sila rin may-ari. And all these three companies na may blacklisted kayo have all the same addresses and the same owners. Bakit pinapayagan yun? Ganun. Blacklisted na eh.
Siguro yung blacklisting nila, Mr. Chair, is actually tapos na yung nila yung period of penalty. Because as I said, when you're blacklisted, you have only 1 year to be blacklisted. Then you can participate again.
Parang agrabyadong Pilipino doon ah.
Agkabyado nga, Senator
Blacklisted
Tito.
na nga eh.
Chairman, ganito ang gawin mo. Your lawyers can advise you. Meron kaming tawag dyan. You have to pierce the veil of corporate fiction. Kahit ano pang gawin niya, siya pa rin yun eh. Kaya tagpasin mo siya. Multo ka na eh, huwag ka nang mabubuhay. Pag multo lang. Ganun lang yun. Sir Secretary, ladies and gentlemen, we promise...
Mr. Chairman, sorry, just 1 point, and I would just like to add to what the minority leader is talking about. One, it's disappointing and really, Secretary, it's unacceptable. It's the same address, it's the same company. Parang napakadali na mahuli. So, sasabihin siguro nanonood sa atin, kung gusto nyong hulihin yan, uhulihin nyo. Kung hindi, talagang hindi. Number 2, Mr. Chairman, and last but not the least, Secretary, may I ask, of this top 15 contractors named by the President na may total 100 billion na projects sa gobyerno, would you know how many of these contractors were just used by the real contractors by using their licenses? Kasi ang dami ho sa aming nagsusumbong, pati ho dun sa website ng Pangulo, tinignan natin, yung mga license lang nila yung ginamit, Secretary, at hindi sila talaga yung gumawa. In fact, kanina, Mr. Chairman, when you were asking, I wanted to pound that question that you were raising kanina dun sa isang contractor, kung sila talaga yung gumagawa.
That will be part of our next hearing, Mr. Majority Leader.
Gusto ko lang maano kay Secretary kung meron po silang data or record, kahit submit na lang, kahit hindi sagutin. But if you have any information with regard to this matter, we would be gladly, we would want to hear it from you, Secretary.
At this point in time, Your Honor, this is what we would like to look into actually. Kasi from the face value of the contracting process, it's the same company that would apply for in the bidding process.
Ganito yun, Mr. Secretary. Sa initial report nyo kasi, there are 9,698 projects. Pero sabi nyo rito, 179 projects were undertaken by the 15 identified contractors by the President. Para bang ibig sabihin, only 2% participated. Hindi po yun eh. Ang gusto nating sabihin, ilan dito sa mga 15 contractors na ito ang nagpahiram ng paulit-ulit ng kanilang lisensya. Kaya nga, kumalat ang personalidad nila. Na-cover nila practically all regions of this country. That will be one of the subject matters of the next hearing. As we have committed, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be winding up because we have to prepare this room for the session that will be upcoming by 3 o'clock. I'd like to thank my colleagues, all the participants. I now suspend hearing of this committee hearing, and be assured that you will be notified of the next hearing date, and all participants will be invited again. Thank you very much.